Let's call to order the June meeting of the Town of Newbury Human Resources Board. Present are
Diane Doyle.
Mark Fleckman.
John Ferrara.
Anthony Antico.
Thank you all. We believe that Chief Fisher will be joining us momentarily, and not sure about Lynn. Hopefully she'll be with us as well. If not, we have our quorum, so we're fine to go. First order of business is to approve the meeting minutes. Thank you, Diane, in advance for providing these of the April 27th meeting. The folks had an opportunity to read through those.
Those did not get sent out, so they might just need a minute.
Yeah. Take a minute, or?
Yeah, this is the same stuff that I just read online. It's everything we discussed and all of the infusion of new rules and fact of being an expensive town and the cost of training kids. If they don't stay, who pays? Yeah, it's all the above.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Is there a motion to accept?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion about the minutes? Seeing none, all those in favor of accepting them? Let me just stop the process here. Chief, have you had an opportunity to review the minutes from the April meeting?
I absolutely have.
Thank you. Before we take a vote, do you have any discussion on the minutes?
No,
Any thoughts?
no, I
Hearing
trust
none,
him for
all
spell
those in
check.
favor of accepting the minutes as written, say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous? Thank you. Next order of business, employee issues. Diane, let me turn to you.
Nothing brought to my attention.
Quiet at Town Hall.
Very quiet.
Chief, anything to report?
No employee issues.
Personnel actions and job vacancies. Chief, why don't we start with you? I know back in April you were talking about creative solutions potentially to staffing issues. You were talking about the possibility of a police academy officer.
So, yes, so we are, we're still down 2 from our 12 allotted full-time officers. We've kind of switched our mindset. Traditionally, we've been looking for people who are already certified. So what a lot of people don't understand is if we send someone to a police academy in fiscal year 27, they don't actually fill a hole in the schedule in yield a service until fiscal year 28. We've got an academy that's about 6 months long. Then they come out of the academy, they go into field training, which is about 3 months long. So it's not an immediate fix, but it's a drain on payroll, right? You're paying somebody to be at the academy. So we've gotten to the point where I feel like we've exhausted all of our options for trying to find people who are already certified who would be good matches for the Newbury Police Department. And now we're looking at how do we fill these 2 positions successfully with new recruits, even though we aren't going to yield, the benefit from them for 2 years. So we are currently in the process of, we've got a candidate, who we may be moving forward with, hopefully if everything goes well, with all the pre-employment checks and everything that we may be moving forward with. So for that, I'm grateful and optimistic. The other creative solutions we've done in the past is we created a tax abatement program for the parking attendant down at Plum Island. I only have 1 applicant, for that position right now, so that isn't working out very well. But one of my sergeants also does the scheduling, which takes time away from him being on the road. I'm looking at getting a college intern who would work for credit instead of pay to assist with the administrative piece of scheduling.
Good idea.
So that we could at least free up Sergeant Takuna to get him back out of the road and out of the station. So we are trying to look at non-tax straining ways to free up the limited bodies that we have right now. So I believe I'm getting 1 applicant for that intern process as we speak. Somebody reached out to me today from Endicott College.
Creative.
Yeah, I mean, everybody in the building is looking outside the box to try to figure out, what can we do, with the resources we have, and how can we supplement it with no control over tax base and, what our budget ends up being. So, but hopefully, hopefully that will be good, and hopefully we'll get somebody into this July academy.
Curious, in that regard, have you reached out to colleges that have specific criminal
Yes.
justice programs?
Yes, so it's posted, for jobs, for colleges, there's a particular website that they used, so we got an account to be able to post the job on that. I've also emailed with the heads of, I think, 7 different colleges that have people that might be living locally around here, and heard back from all of them that they've got it posted, as well. What we're looking for, we created kind of an internship job description for what the scheduling person would do.
Is St. Anne's one of those schools?
No, actually, St. A's wasn't, but I
You
can
might want to
add
think
St.
about
A's.
that. I mean, they're in Manchester, or just
Yeah.
outside Manchester, but I know that they attract students from
this
Essex
area.
County.
Yeah,
And, the greater Portsmouth area as well. And they've got
Yeah.
a very highly regarded criminal justice program.
yeah, no, I'll add St. A's
If
to
nothing
my
else,
outreach.
with the summer here, you might find somebody there.
Yeah,
These schools offer professional work fairs where you and the XO could actually go in and speak face to face.
so job fairs are interesting because our background has to be so intensive.
Yeah.
That, again, anyone who's looking for jobs in law enforcement are actively looking, and there's, some of the colleges have the pre-police programs, that people enter into, so we do a lot of outreach with the schools that have those programs every time we have job postings, you know what I mean?
Yep.
We're in communication with them for that, but we historically, we haven't had a good, result from job fair outreach. Yeah,
Do you have a sense of the why?
people are looking for remote
Okay, yeah, that's
jobs,
interesting. It's a new change.
Yeah.
All right, so you touched on them with the colleges, which is great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anything else to report from people? Any other new job opportunities available?
So the only position that I believe, other than the police department, is the library director position, with Haley resigning June 4th.
Right.
And my understanding from Dick Passeri is that they had 8 to 10 candidates, which was surprising.
Good.
And they're down to 2 to 3 and
Great.
plan to start interviews soon, and they were very excited about the 2
And
that they.
their board is very independent in staffing that position, as I recall.
Yes,
right?
and I had
Yeah.
offered if they needed support, you're always willing to help
Yep.
serve on that. But they have 2 to 3 candidates that
Great.
they're very excited about, that have fairly good experience either as a director, so they're moving in that direction to start their interviews, hopefully get somebody on
Will
board.
Haley be there long enough to make for a smooth transition?
She left June 4th.
She's gone.
She's done. So the
Okay.
assistant director, I believe, is
Okay.
handling all the, the responsibilities at this point. But I know she worked to get everything documented and
Good.
and so forth, but she finished up June 4th.
She's a big shoe to fill.
She is, she was
Yeah.
great,
She was
Yeah.
terrific.
Thank you.
yeah. So that's the only position that I believe
Okay.
at this point, and I know it's been taken down from the website because they're ready to
Right.
move forward with interviews.
Yeah.
Great, okay. I'm not aware of any issues relative to workplace discrimination, ethics issues,
Nope.
nothing?
No.
Great. Safety issues, chief, anything to report?
Nothing to report?
Okay, how about in anticipation of the 4th, anything you want to share with us and by extension the public who may be watching about things they need to be careful about?
Yeah, fireworks on Plum Island, you always need to be careful about. We do the best we can with the resources we have right now for staffing, but we know where the 4th is on a Saturday, and it's also the 250th celebration. We're trying to come up with creative ways to have messaging, so residents will start seeing a message board on Plum Island. I'm waiting to hear back for when we can pick it up. Reminding the public of the limited parking and that fireworks are illegal. It's my hope that the fire department might station at Pitta Hall just for visibility and a rapid response in case there is an issue with fireworks.
Where will the message board be located?
Hopefully at the airport, as you
good.
come on to
Well
Plum
in advance
Island.
of getting on the island, great.
Yeah.
Good.
That's the safest place, especially with, if it's a nice Saturday, we can get it off the shoulder there safely. well enough, but, so we are trying to use, again, other means when we don't have bodies of communicated. Newburyport has been great. I've communicated our staffing issue with them and, let them know that they have authority to kind of help us with mutual aid immediately. Normally you wait to hear from a community to co-respond. I've let them know on that Saturday that if they're scanning us and they hear something on Plum Island, that could you please just initiate a co-response.
Chief, did you say that you were waiting to hear about the ability of the fire department to position staff at Peter
Yeah,
Hall?
put in a request to the fire chief to see if they could, station people instead of at the 3 Morgan Ave, if they could station.
So is that a fire chief determination or Peter Hall?
It would be a fire chief, yeah, we can use the parking lot there.
Okay.
No, the Pitta Hall is always, wonderful with us. Even if they have an event going on in the building, they still let us utilize the parking lot to have presence. So, again, the major concern, from a public safety point of view for the 4th is, drinking and driving and those things, but it's also genuinely, fireworks and what happens when there's fires down on Plum Island and how easy it is for a firework to catch a house on fire. So we'll hopefully have some messaging coming out soon about that.
Great.
We don't have a message board for the town, we have to request them through NERAC out of Beverly, so I'm waiting to hear back from NERAC as to when the DPW can go down and pick up that message board for us, but as soon as we're
It's
able
an
to get.
electronic.
It's an electronic, yeah, the big kind of orange electronic
What's the
message
cost of
board.
that for
They're really expensive.
for 24-hour period or for?
No, NERAC allows us to get them for free, we just have to pick them up and return them from Beverly. And it's based on demand, so I'm just waiting to hear back when, they'll tell me when we can go down and pick it up.
Can't imagine there would be many greater demands on Plum Island on 4th of July, 250th, so.
Yeah,
Good, okay, thank you.
yeah.
Any other safety issues?
No.
Other business, happy to report that the Reserve Compensation Fund is alive and well. That it passed overwhelmingly at town, I don't think we've had an official meeting since town meeting, have we?
No,
It was presented and successfully passed at town meeting, and I know that the select board was appreciative of it, as was Tracy, of our efforts in that regard. So thank you to everybody for your part in the, what seemed like a forever conversation about how to create it, how it'll work. But I think the residents saw, as we saw, that there is a need, at least theoretically there's a need, and if there is no need, it goes right back into where it came from, and no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
So, like life insurance, it's there if we need it. So, great.
great.
Anything else in terms of new business?
No, thank you, Mark, for your leadership on that. You've worked very hard.
Team effort. Thank you.
It was well presented at the town meeting.
Yeah.
Not only well presented, but with brevity. And you get the perfect brevity award, which I think is always well received by town
Seeing
people.
that there's no other new business, let's turn to the calendar here. We're talking about the 4th Monday in July, which would be the 27th. Is that a date that, as of now, works for folks? Monday, July 27th,
Yes, sir.
4 p.m.?
Good for
I
me.
will be sure to let Lynn know.
Okay.
that,
Did we have a discussion about if there was no new business that we would consider foregoing the meeting since
The
it's
July
summer?
meeting?
Since summer, if we didn't have anything
Yeah,
scheduled?
for that open for discussion.
Well,
We typically do that in I think we do it typically in the July meeting, if there's no business to attend to. I guess I'm ambivalent about it. I always feel like we should put it on a schedule with the understanding that if 3 weeks from now, there is no new business to discuss and it's strictly a pro forma agenda, I'd be more than happy to move it to August, if that makes sense to folks.
I think that makes sense for July and August. Like, if you look at, even the select board minimizes in the summer,
yeah,
for
I think
those.
you're right.
Yeah. I just don't want to presuppose it.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
I know
I think
they
put it in
build
the
it into
books,
their
but if there's
calendar.
no agenda,
Yeah, I would
There's
rather
nothing
put it on the calendar.
pressing, just,
Yeah.
move it to the next month and,
yeah.
Because otherwise what happens is that, something pops up 14 days from now and 4 of the 6 of us have already made plans for that week and then all
Yeah.
hell breaks loose, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So let's keep it, if you don't mind, let's keep it on the 27th with the
Mhm.
understanding that
Sounds good.
I will send out a note 10 days prior
mhm,
and stay close to Diane here so that we'll know what may be happening in town hall and with Tracy as well. There are times that Tracy wants to address us, in which case you're going to be incumbent upon us to meet.
mhm.
So as of now, the 27th at 4 PM with the understanding that we may cancel if there's nothing important to talk about. Fair?
Perfect,
Fine.
Okay.
sounds good.
And with that, is there any other business to discuss?
None.
Seeing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second? Second?
Any discussion?
None.
Seeing none, we are adjourned at 4:26.
There you go.